optimize your LinkedIn profile, and I want to help you learn how to do it too. If you've watched my other video on how to use LinkedIn in a way that is strategic and bring in more sales, this has to happen first. Like, you have to go through the implementation phase of optimizing your LinkedIn profile in order for the strategy to work. If you have not seen that video, definitely go check it out. What are you waiting for? But watch this one all the way to the end before you get to it. I want to encourage you to subscribe to this channel before we get into it. Make sure to subscribe so we can grow and I can keep giving you guys tips and tricks on how to really make more sales in your business. Lastly, I want to invite you into Consecration Academy, which is my hybrid one-on-one and group coaching program that teaches Christian entrepreneurs how to make more sales and more money in their business. Okay, let's get into it. How to optimize LinkedIn for lead generation and sales. I actually so much love LinkedIn, better than I love most platforms because it's so simple and so easy. Again, if you haven't checked out my last video on LinkedIn, I encourage you to watch this one all the way through, then go to LinkedIn and find out my LinkedIn strategy that is really going to help you to grow and scale your business. So the first thing I want to talk about here, and what we're talking about in general today, is your LinkedIn profile. What does it look like? What is it supposed to be? What is it supposed to feel like? What is included in your LinkedIn profile? So this is what a LinkedIn profile just generally looks like. You have your banner, you have your profile photo, you have your intro section, and then you have the rest of it all. So the first thing is your banner. I don't know why my banner looks like this, but the first thing is your banner. So what I want to share with you on your banner aspect is that your banner does need to have exactly what it is that you do and who exactly it is that you serve. So for example, my banner here says business coach for female service providers. I need to change this because I recently did a whole pivot and I am a Christian sales coach for Christian entrepreneurs, but I do still help obviously female service providers as well as e-commerce brands and all other different types of brands. So, but you want to say who you are. What does it say who I am? It says business coach, right? So one line of who you are. Then who do you serve? Female service providers is who it says that I serve here. Make sure that your banner is straight to the point. You don't need to have a bunch of keywords. It's not keyword searchable. It's not clickable. You don't need to put your link in it. Your link goes in other places. This is not the place for your link. This is not the place for your Instagram handle or your TikTok handle or your Pinterest handle or any other handle. This is just a place for someone to come to your profile and be able to see exactly who you are and exactly what it is that you do. The next part of your profile is going to be your photo. You want to make sure that your photo fits in a circular item. I don't really love this photo of me, but this is the photo I've had up for a long time now. And this is my profile photo. You can see it shows my face very clearly, my body, right? It is important as well in your profile photo that we can clearly see your face. That is the most important piece of this. Can we see your face? What do you look like on a day-to-day basis? It doesn't need to be your logo. It doesn't need to be anything other than your actual beautiful face or handsome face, guy or girl, right? And why? Because when we hop on a call with you, if somebody's trying to hop on a call with you and they see a different person than they saw in their profile photo, they're not going to trust you. That's automatically like you've deceived them. If you're an older person and you're using a photo of you from when you're 20, that's inappropriate. There's no reason to deceive people, right? That's not biblical. One of the commandments is we should not be lying. We should not be deceiving, right? That's a sin. These things partake in our everyday life, including in our business. What does your face look like today? Put that in your profile photo. After you have your banner done and your profile photo done, we come to the point where you have your intro. Now, a lot of people get stuck here. What do I put? What do I have? Let me show you. So your intro needs to have your name. What is your full name? A lot of people actually know me by my maiden name because I've been in business so long. I've been in business longer than I've been married. And so as a result of that, I went by my maiden name for a very long time, which is Sienna Richards instead of Sienna Kopishki. Sienna Kopishki is my now married name, right? And so make sure your name is on there. I also do have a pronunciation, so you can click on it and you can hear exactly how I say my name. Make sure that people can click and they can see how to say your name, so people aren't saying your name incorrectly. That's what the little audio button next to my name represents, where it says next to where it says she and her. Okay. You do not need to have your pronouns. You're welcome to keep your pronouns. You're welcome not to. You can look at me and you can tell that I'm a woman. I like my pronouns, she and her. I want people to, I was born a woman, so it just makes sense. We're not coming into agreement with something that isn't true. That is who I am. And so that's what I put. I've gotten a lot of backlash from the Christian community on using my pronouns, but I stand firm on the fact that God made me a woman and I'm proud to be a woman. I was born a woman, physically, naturally, mentally, spiritually. And so I put my pronouns. If you are not comfortable putting your pronouns, do not attack me. I've been attacked in comments because I use my pronouns everywhere: Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and I'm tired of the conversation. It doesn't go anywhere. Like, this is who I am. Next, we have your visit. Like, what do you do, right? So I've always considered myself a visibility and sales business coach for female service providers. I agree with that statement. Sort of. I'm definitely a sales coach for female service providers. And so it's important that you say who, even though it's in your banner, but say who you are, what you do right there. I do think it's important to have at least your city and your state or your country. If you're not comfortable with your city, at least have your state and your country. I really don't care. We are a military family. I move around so often that this is probably going to change. And so put that in there, right? Where do you live? Because people need to be able to connect with you. I like to personally connect with people who I know live in the United States or live in the UK, or live in English speaking countries. And so it's important here as well that you make sure that people know where you live so you can easily connect with your ideal clients and vice versa. Next, it says visit my website. You want to make sure you have a link there that tells people exactly where they can go. I encourage you to be a little bit more specific than visit my website. I have had the visit my website for a little bit now. It used to be, I just changed it. It used to be book a consult call, and then it would take you to where you can book a consult call. I no longer offer consult calls or discovery calls or sales calls in my business. I don't participate in them. It is just not something that I offer or something that I do. And so therefore, as a result, it is just not something that I have. So right now I have visit my website, but it will change to apply for Consecration Academy, which is a direct call to action. If you are selling something, you need to have a direct call to action, right? So I keep my visit my website up whenever I'm not selling, but then otherwise it will be like once I'm selling again, which I am now, I'm in a season of selling again, bringing more people into Consecration Academy, it will change to apply for Consecration Academy. You want to have your direct call to action right there. One thing that I'm going to say right off the bat, I don't care how many people are following you or how many connections you have. This is not a vanity metric. In fact, I hate vanity metrics. They're silly. You need to care about what's going to make you money, not how many people are sitting in your audience pool. Okay. If you realistically need only 8 people to make 6 figures in your business, like I know in my business specifically, I only need 8 clients at a time, and I'm at 6 figures once I hit 8 clients. That's like a very low amount. So 461 connections. If only 8 of those people signed up, you see how like the rest of the people, I don't even need to hit 6 figures. I don't care about 10,000 connections or 20,000 connections or 1,000,000 connections. That's great and fine and dandy. But if you can back up how many of those connections are turning into your clients, that is what's going to matter at the end of the day. And so what I want to say here in reference to this is please don't get hung up in vanity metrics. I want you to get hung up on where your sales, like, are these people your ideal clients? And so when it comes to your connections, and I did talk about this in the strategy piece of things, you want to make sure that your connections are all people who are your ideal clients. I don't have a single connection on my thing who I am their ideal client. They are all my ideal client, all 461, which means the chances of me making sales are greater than not making sales. Make sense? Okay, so now let's go into sections of your LinkedIn profile. The first section of your LinkedIn profile that I want you to touch on is going to be your About Me section. Your About Me section needs to be very, very clear. Here is my strategy on how I believe that you should be writing your About Me section in a way that is going to allow people to get to know you, see your heart, and help you to make more sales. So the first thing that I said is, hi, I'm Sienna Kopishki. I am a Jesus-loving mom, military spouse, and sales coach dedicated to helping Christian business owners thrive. So right off the bat, what do you know about me? Well, you know that my name is Sienna Kopishki. I've touched on aspects of my personal life. You do not need to touch on aspects of your personal life. Like, that is not important. That is not mandatory. I just do it because I want people to relate to me. I'm a very personal person. I love people. I love having conversations in my business. I love getting to know my clients. And so for me, it's important that you know that I'm a mom. Number one, that I love Jesus. Number two, that I'm a mom. And number three, that I'm a military spouse, in that order. Why? Because I'm a stay-at-home homeschooling mom. I homeschool my son on top of running my business, which means that I am busy, which also means because I have such limited time in my day to get things done, it's important that my ideal clients understand that and they know that about me. Like, when you have my attention, when I'm in my business hours, I'm in my business hours and you have me. And that's important for you to know. But when I'm outside of business hours, my son has me, right? My husband has me. Jesus has me. Those are the things that consume my life. It's important for you to know that. So I put that in there. So your statement could say, hi, my name is blank, or I'm blank, or hello, I'm blank, whatever, right? I am a blank. What are you? What do you do? Are you a web designer? Are you a social media manager? Are you a social media strategist? Are you a content creator? Are you a UGC creator? Like, what are you? What do you do? And who do you help? We want this to be everywhere, what you do and who you help, so the right people can connect with you and find your account. What do you specialize in? Well, I say that in the next sentence, in the next paragraph. I specialize in blank. What do you specialize in? So I specialize in teaching entrepreneurs how to grow their revenue without feeling burnt out. I combine biblical principles with proven sales and marketing strategies, right? And then that is my next sentence. That should be your next sentence. You specialize in what? What do you do? How do you help these people specifically? Be as clear and precise as possible. Then I said, if you're tired of overworking yourself and ready to learn how to achieve sustainable growth while keeping your faith at the center of it all, then we need to connect. Now I'm bringing the focal point back to the fact that me and you need to have a connection if you're experiencing X, Y, and Z. So that's how we are building the About Me. Next, here's how I can help. I have 3 bullet points that tell you exactly how I'm going to help you. After this section is done, you want to go into reviews. So we're still in our About. This is the rest of my About. I just couldn't fit it on one slide that will allow you to see everything, right? So my About section is kind of long. But then I go into, what are my clients saying about me? Well, here's what the first one is from Courtney Martin, owner of Quadrant Bookkeeping. What did she say about me? She said, I've never felt more fulfilled and supported in my life. Sienna goes beyond business coaching to incorporate life. I am healthier than ever and happier than I've been in a while, all while learning amazing new marketing techniques and how to best set up my business. Awesome. That's great. Like, cool. Next person, Vanessa and Gigi. They're owners of a virtual consulting business. Okay. They said, it was a pleasure working with Sienna. We learned so much and were able to really niche down and improve our messaging and content. With her tips, we developed a framework to better our engagement and gain visibility. Thank you so much, Sienna. After that, I then talk about all the different ways that somebody can connect with me. And this is clickable. So you want to make sure your links are linking, okay, guys? So how do we connect? I love connecting with people on Instagram. I also need to include my YouTube on here. I recognize that, my YouTube, my Pinterest. But I love Instagram. It's my favorite platform because me and you can have a great conversation. What is my Instagram handle? Sienna Kopishki. How can you email me? Sienna@siennakopishki.com. Super easy. What's my website? siennakopishki.com. Everything is branded to my name. So now we're going to go into, what are some of your top skills, right? What are top skills? Well, here are top skills. So top skills are things that you hold to be true within your business. So for me, it's sales, marketing, business consulting, sales consulting. I have 30 39 skills listed here. When you click the arrow, it shows you all 39. I didn't put that in. There's no reason for that. Make sure all your skills are linking and you say exactly where you got those skills from. We're going to touch on that in a second. So let's talk about experience for a second. So after your skills are listed in your underneath your about me, the profile then jumps to like your experience. I want to say before all of this, like before the about me, is your content. This we are not touching on content in this just because it's not something that I can realistically touch on in a short period of time. So we're going to break down content in a whole other video. So be sure that you're subscribed to this channel so you can get access to like content and like what types of content should we really be posting on LinkedIn. Okay. So your experience, I don't just want you to say the name of the company and what your position is, right? So the name of my company is The Mommy Agency. That is the legal name of my company. I've been employed in this company for 3 years and 1 month now. And then I put that I'm a sales coach. So we don't just want to put our title, right? Like I'm a sales coach. That's my title. We don't just want to put our title as well as where we work. The Mommy Agency is where I work, right? That's the legal name again of my business. We want to make sure that we are putting exactly what we're doing. So for example, I put helping women grow their businesses to 6 figures and more with a little rocket ship right there, right? Because that is what I am doing. You are hiring me because you want to make 6 figures in your business. I'm going to teach you how to do that. Here's how we do this. And I put all my big client wins here so people can see what are we working towards. And so I encourage you as you're going in and you're updating your LinkedIn that you put your big wins there. People need to see what you've been able to accomplish, right? So some of my big wins from $0 a month to $3,500 a month in revenue in 30 days with one of my clients, from $25,000 total in 2023. And this was client Courtney M, who I showed you guys, the bookkeeper, to $20,000 in just Q1 of 2024. And we worked together for 7 months in order to make this happen for her. And we have continued to work together, right? At this point, we're not working together at this point of time in which I'm recording this video, but she was my client for a very long time. And I love her so much. And so I'm so grateful for her experience and just to watch her grow and expand her business. I had another client, this one was also a bookkeeper, ironically, who went from $108 a month in revenue to $4,300 a month in revenue in 6 months. It took her 6 months, and that's fine. She was in a program. Some of my programs when I did sales coaching in the past were for specific income months. My goal with her specifically was to hit $5,000 a month, which means that she almost hit her goal in 6 months. Now, some things happened in her personal life that prohibited that from occurring, but to reach $4,300 even still at the end of 6 months is really, really impressive when the program promise was $5,000 a month. Next, very next client is from $1,000 a month in revenue to $20,000 a month in revenue in 12 months while working together, right? So we have shifted. I love this client. She was a photographer. We have shifted there's a correction that needs to happen. This did not happen in 12 months of working together. I'm an honest person. So this, we had worked together for 3 months. 3 months, and she hit $20,000 a month in revenue. So I do need to make that correction, which is even more impressive. But nonetheless, the perspective here is that people need to know what you do. So I put at the end, because what I was really sick and tired of is signing clients who were not action takers, who would just listen to me tell them what to do, but would not take any action. And so what I put in here was my clients are action takers who are ready to make massive income. I put that on like all social media platforms. And what that did for me specifically, because I was tired of receiving this certain type of client, is it actually eliminated anyone from coming into my world who wasn't an action taker and wasn't ready to make massive income in their business. And I started to see that change. And so I put that in there. I also linked, this is what I was talking about with your skills. You want to make sure that your skills match up with what you're doing, right? So 3, 4, 5 of my 39 skills that I have come from my experience as a sales coach, and I linked my skills into this area. So I encourage you to do the same. Next experience is I was a social media manager under the Mommy Agency, which is how we started. My company started as a social media management agency. I still sometimes do this, but I'm not a social media manager anymore. So I put in the information here, like, what did I do? Well, as I led social media, as the lead social media of the Mommy Agency, I did what? Well, I managed 10 plus client accounts across various social media platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok. I have over 8 years of experience as a social media manager because this is my degree is in this. And from my degree, which is in communication with Attract and Advertising, I then went on to do internships after internships after internships until I received my first real full-time job at an agency. And then I decided over time to start my own agency after working at agency after agency, working at these different agencies and receiving experience. And so when I say, like, I can teach you how to make sales from social media, it is literally because of all of the experience that I've received. And I talk about that extensively on here. You don't just want to say what you do and how you do it or who you are. You want to make sure you go into detail. What are some things that you've achieved in this role? What do you do in this role, right? So this is what needs to happen. Education. I have a bachelor's degree, again, from the University of North Florida. I talk about what I did while I was a part of my degree. I was a part of a club called Navigators. I was a part of the Black Student Union. I was a part of a organization called Resin Creole. I was a part of the Latin American Student Organization. I was a part of a lot of different, there was others, but I was a part of so many different types of organizations, and I put the information there that I can I do have an associate's degree, which came first, from the Florida State College at Jacksonville, because I am from originally Jacksonville, Florida. All right, so volunteer. I have not volunteered in a long time, but if you are somebody who actively volunteers, I highly recommend that you talk about your volunteer experience on LinkedIn. Go into detail. What have you done? I served in my church's food ministry. Our church had built a grocery store that was completely free that anybody can go to. And I bagged groceries and went out to cars and prayed for people and all the things. Wherever you can be a part of, whatever you can showcase it, right? And then this brings me back to my skills. So I didn't show all my experience. I have 8 different types of experiences listed on LinkedIn, but I just wanted to give an example. You have your skills. Make sure, just like you see, make sure you link your skills to where you receive that skill from, right? What skill did I receive? Social media manager as a skill. Well, how? The Mommy Agency. Sales coach. Well, where? From the Mommy Agency, right? 2 experiences at the Mommy Agency, sales consulting, but also to back it up, the University of North Florida gave me that experience. Business consulting, the University of North Florida gave me that experience through the classes that I took, right? So back up your skills with where you are. Then you have your recommendations. I encourage you to ask a bunch of people for recommendations. Most of my clients are not on LinkedIn, to just be truthful with you. I don't have a lot of recommendations from LinkedIn, but I do have one from Aaron Coran and Courtney Martin, which were both of my clients, and just watching them grow their businesses. You could see Aaron Coran is a social creator and a community manager. And she's amazing, and I love her. And then Courtney Martin is a bookkeeper for women-owned businesses, and she currently manages $2.5 million accounts for her clients as a bookkeeper, and we love her. I love her. She has now gone on to doing better things, and so now she's actually a bookkeeping coach in a group coaching program that is of another coach's, and she coaches 50 plus entrepreneurs at a time, which is really, really amazing. I'm so proud of her and excited for her. All right, lastly, additional things you want to maybe consider: honors, awards. What honors and awards have you received? I haven't received an award for anything since college, personally, and I'm fine with that because life is not full of consistent awards unless you're applying for them, and I don't. But if you have awards, if you are consistently applying for them, people are nominating you for things. If you have awards, please share all your awards, okay? So my last award was Outstanding Graduating Student Award, and I explained what that meant, what my GPA was, how I had a full-time job in college while I still completed 2 internships and I graduated with a GPA of 3.6. I talk about these things extensively. There's a see more button because there is more to that. There is more to that. Organizations that I participated in. I was the president of the club called Resin Creole on my college campus. I talk about that. What languages am I fluent in? I am fluent in English. I'm also fluent in Haitian Creole because I'm half Haitian. My mother is from Haiti. So these are important things. Why are they important? Because people need to get to know you. They need to be able to trust you. Your profile needs to be extensively outlined. In another video, we will talk about your content. But for now, I encourage you to watch my video on LinkedIn strategies, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You just learned exactly how to optimize your LinkedIn profile so you can make more sales. Don't forget to watch my video on how to craft and use LinkedIn as a whole to make more sales in your business, but your profile does need to be optimized before you jump into utilizing that strategy. So go watch that video. Make sure to subscribe if you have not subscribed already. Subscribe to this channel so we can grow and I can keep bringing you guys tips and tricks every single day right here on YouTube. And also, don't forget the Consecration Academy is open, which is my hybrid one-on-one and group coaching program that helps Christian entrepreneurs learn how to make more sales and more money in their business. I am so excited. Let's connect via the description below.